Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another sunscreen video. So I really hope you guys have been enjoying this series. I'm really loving just like talking about all these sunscreens because that is a one skincare line product part that I really just enjoy applying, that I really care about its effectiveness, its application, its skincare ingredients, how it works, you know, for a long day, reapply, there's so many factors to it that I just love talking about it. And I know it's so hard for so many individuals to find their perfect sunscreen, so I'm hoping people can come back to this series and this channel to like really figure out what sunscreen works for me and how can I get all my questions answered. Well, this is what I'm trying to do, answer every single question you have about these sunscreens. So for this video, obviously based on the thumbnail, we are covering the new launch by Apostrophe, their new sunscreen launch, Screen, SPF 43, specifically made for acne-prone individuals. Now this is a combination sunscreen. Now this combination sunscreen consists of zinc oxide as well as octinoxate and octisalate. So knowing straight off the bat, a combination sunscreen is just going to sink in flawlessly into your skin. Many people prefer combination sunscreens because they just so easily sink in. Usually just a zinc-based sunscreen, some people can't really get away with it. But when it's a combination, it just more easily sinks in. It's more workable with people. Now, this really is just not really trying to impress you. It's a sunscreen, pretty much. It's not trying to fill it to the brim with skincare ingredients. Honestly, the only skincare ingredients this has is vitamin E and panthenol. And then, you know, it's got the sunscreen filters. And nothing much. It's got glycerin to hydrate as well, but that's it. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy, nothing brightening, just soothing, easy to apply, and in a rather nice, large 3 fluid ounce tube. And I like that because their goal with this size and this formulation is just straight to the point, cover your face. I mean, they actually had a hashtag slather on, because just slather this on, put it on your neck, put it on your face, put it on your ears, even on your body if you want to. But honestly, I've been using this for my neck, face, and ears, and it's been amazing. But now that we've gone into the formulation and what UV filters it's got and Apostrophe, let's get into the application. But before application, I'm going to talk about two things. First of all, this is a brand that stars their custom formulation. Basically, they love to do custom formulations for you based on your skincare needs. So I'm currently on their tretinoin, spironolactone, and tranexamic acid formula for my acne-prone skin. And there's a lot of other combinations people can get, whether it's well aging, acne-prone, hyperpigmentation, what have you. They will do it. You meet with a dermatologist. They see your photos and they hear what you have to say about your goals and your needs and your wants. And then they give you a custom formula and then you pay for that every 3 months. I actually have a video dedicated to working with them. Definitely check them out. And there's actually a discount code in the bio for your dermatologist visit online as well as your first month. So definitely use that link down below and that discount code to save some money. And second of all, I'm gonna ask you to please hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and I appreciate every person who joins this community. Thank you. So fun thing, let's talk about application. They also sent this beautiful spoon right here, and this is, I believe, half a teaspoon, which is what they recommend is the amount of sunscreen you should be using for your face, neck, and ears. Now, I just want to say, the 3-finger method is something I think is so reliable because most people won't even put 3 fingers. Most people will put less than that. And then it depends on how much people put. Are they putting a thin strip? Are they putting a thick strip? Are they over applying, under applying? 3 fingers is usually a way to go just to get people to use more than a pea size, you know. But when it comes to proper amount, because some formulations are thinner than others, some are creamier, some are thicker, some just are formulated better. This is a way to go, in my opinion. It's such a great way to just accurately get the amount you need. And with this amount, it's not just for your face, it's for your neck and your ears. And what I love about it is you can put it all over, and if you still have a lot in here, just dip back in and go back on your face and pat it on. And at least you know, at least when you're going outside, you know you're applying the right amount. That's why I love companies that come out with sunscreens that are actually rather, you know, big and affordable because it actually allows you to use the right amount. You're not applying it like, what is it, conservatively. Like, this allows you to apply it liberally, allows you to get the amount you need and the amount you need to reapply, because most people won't reapply, and that is the most important step when it comes to all day SPF protection. So, first application. It sinks in, honestly, great. Just as you saw in my hand here, because it's a combination sunscreen, that zinc oxide, even though it's at a 7.5%, it's combined with those chemical UV filters that just help it penetrate the skin and just help it blend in so much more easily. And it's such a creamy formula that it just is easy to apply. So I really loved it because it is a moisturizer SPF combo, because it has those hydrating ingredients, doesn't have exfoliants, doesn't have, you know, fancy schmancy stuff. It's just, you know, a hydrating sunscreen moisturizer SPF combo that's SPF 43, and it's really going to protect your skin. So honestly, no fuss, no mess. I mean, no fuss, no mess? Which one is it? I tend to get dry just from wearing my mask and going into air conditioning, and just, I'm a lip biter, I bite my lips a lot. So I like using a moisturizer no matter what in the mornings before sunscreen. But this is one of those formulations that actually I question, why do I use a moisturizer? I can just use this. So this, honestly, it can be your moisturizer SPF combo. But first application, seamless, easy. One thing I will note, if you are sensitive to chemical UV filters such as octinoxate and octisalate, I do recommend avoiding the eye and perhaps putting a zinc oxide, a pure zinc oxide or pure mineral filter sunscreen around your orbital bone, because in my experience with this octinoxate, it did irritate my eyes. So I personally would avoid it if you're like me and are sensitive to that chemical UV filter. But still, despite that, it's a really, really nice combination sunscreen. So first day, good job. Second day, so reapplication. How does it do on top of itself? Well, first of all, no pilling. Thankfully, there was no pilling. Usually with moisturizer SPF combos, I'm looking at you, Cetaphil, they tend to pill. And I hate that, and I always wondered why. And I use this with a good amount of skincare underneath. You know, I go in with toner, essence, serums, eye cream, moisturizer, the whole shebang. Sometimes face mist in between steps. So I'm really lathered on. I'm really moisturized, hydrated. And even with reapplication, this one did not pill. And that's something I always check, I always make sure, I always go like this across my neck or my face to see, is there anything pilling? And there was nothing pilling. So that was awesome when it came to this sunscreen. So reapplication was pretty easy, pretty, you know, straightforward, nothing to worry about. And it did not feel heavy. That's the thing. Most people go, is it going to feel heavy? Well, when it comes to combination sunscreens, not only is a combination sunscreen going to sink in effortlessly, it's also not going to feel as heavy as a pure mineral sunscreen would be. And I can say, reapplying this did not feel heavy. So second day is a go. Third day. Now, how does this interact with makeup? So, as you see in the footage, I applied my makeup and I applied it on top of this after a second reapplication. And you know what? I do have some notes on this. It did apply nicely. It applied well. The thing is, I did notice that this formulation, when it comes to the zinc oxide, I don't know what it was. It didn't feel like my skin was as prepped as it should have been for the makeup application. It did feel like I still needed a hydrated base before I put anything on top, because I did notice it was getting a little weird and patchy around my mouth area, and that's how I know I need more hydration, more moisturization before putting anything on top, so that it just, you know, blends in and looks like skin and doesn't patch up, doesn't cling to dry patches and whatnot. So when it came to that, it wasn't the most well performing. You know, I have acne prone skin, so when it comes to just how that feels on my skin, it's just gonna be much, you know, dependent on how the weather is and what skincare I use. But all in all, this wouldn't be the one I would reach for like use or as a primer. If you're gonna put makeup on top, I would honestly just say this is something that is easy to apply. You want something, you know, minimalistic. You know, you got your moisturizer and your SPF 1. and you're just trying to have a minimalistic routine, you know, cleanser, toner, sunscreen. But all in all, it's not bad. It's not gonna make it patchy. It's just, you know, not my favorite for use with makeup or cosmetic products. But yeah, so that's my take on using this on the makeup routine. And I wouldn't put this on top just because it's a moisturizer slash SPF combo. It's not gonna really spread or enter in a way that I really like. There's other options for SPFs to use on top of makeup, so I wouldn't recommend that. If you're down for that, you're down for that, but that's not something I'm testing in this video specifically. But pass for first application, pass for second application, and a maybe for use with makeup. And thank you for joining me. That is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed looking at the screen and seeing the texture and understanding how it works, you know, first, second, and makeup application. More sunscreens to come, and definitely leave a comment down below if you guys have tried this sunscreen or are looking forward to it, or maybe have a dupe, or if you've ever used Apostrophe in general. I really advocate their custom formula prescription. I really love it, and I'm about to start a new prescription with them that upped the tretinoin percentage, so I'm super excited for that. Alright guys, thank you for joining me. Please remember to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button and leave a lovely comment. I love to get to know everyone.